Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from the Bitcoin Bros, and we're going to be getting into strategy and Bitcoin here today. I have a clip of Saylor at the end. Make sure to stay tuned for that. A lot of useful information in today's video. A lot of big news coming out this morning, so we'll be going over all of it. But you can see here, American Funds has bought 3.3 million strategy for $1.03 billion at an average price of $307 per share. American Funds buying a lot of strategy there. They are a private held investment company. So good to see there. And if we look at the top market cap companies, strategy is now in the top 100, sitting at 98. They jumped 8 spots yesterday. The price is sitting around 346. You got the market cap at around $93 billion. Why is this important? This is important for S&P inclusion. Once they get included in the S&P, they're going to get allocation based on their market cap rank. So as they continue to go up, they'll get more and more allocation from the S&P, which should be good because then they'll be able to use those funds to buy more Bitcoins. And at the time of this recording, the market just opened, but we have strategy trading around $2.27 billion of volume already in the top 10 with some of the biggest companies in the world. And then if you look at this right here, Bitcoin overtook Google's market cap yesterday. It dropped back down. When it was up to 94,231, it was actually the 5th biggest asset in the world, soon to be the biggest asset in the world. We just have to wait a couple years for that to happen. But you can see Bitcoin is really becoming the hardest asset in the world. And the numbers are showing that people really can't call Bitcoin some Ponzi scheme anymore when it's the 5th biggest asset in the world right now. But at the time of this recording, we have come down a little bit from 94.2. We're at around 93,000, but we're still up around 2.4% over the past day. Over the past week, Bitcoin has made a nice move to the upside there, up around 10%. And we're really starting to see this decoupling from the traditional market. These are the returns since Liberation Day. Bitcoin is up around 10%. You have gold up around 6%. And a lot of the traditional stock market investments, S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, are down 6%. Even oil is down 11%. So you're starting to see a decoupling for Bitcoin, maybe even a flight to safety for Bitcoin from the traditional markets. There's a lot of FUD around the Trump tariffs. People don't like the uncertainty of that, and that's why the traditional market has sold off. Normally, in the past, when we saw that, Bitcoin would sell off even more, but Bitcoin has held strong and has even outperformed during this time of uncertainty in the traditional market. And then strategy has a big competitor here. Tether and SoftBank Group are launching 21. They're expected to launch with over 42,000 Bitcoin, and they're on a mission to maximize Bitcoin ownership per share. So Jack Mars will be the CEO of this multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin accumulation vehicle. The company said it's built to accumulate BTC, and there's even some speculation on Twitter that this new company could compete with strategy and potentially get more Bitcoin than strategy. They have a long way to go. Strategy has over 500,000 Bitcoin. They're only starting with 42,000. In my personal opinion, I don't think they're going to be able to catch up with strategy, but some people are speculating that this could be bigger than strategy, but that is yet to be seen. And I personally just don't think that's going to happen. Strategy has a head start on mostly every other company that tries to copy what they've been doing. And we have another company here, another Japanese company with a Bitcoin treasury strategy. Japanese gaming company MooMoo has announced a $1 billion yen, around $6.5 million USD investment in Bitcoin. The investment will occur from February to May and represent 4.3% of MooMoo's $150 million market cap. So what we're seeing over in Japan right now, we're seeing a lot of companies starting to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Why are they doing this? Because of Metaplanet. Metaplanet has been the best performing stock in Japan over the past couple of years. Since they've started their Bitcoin treasury strategy, they've been following Michael Saylor's strategy playbook, and they've been accumulating Bitcoin, and they've been the best performing Japanese stock. And now we're seeing Japanese companies doing the same thing Metaplan is doing. Just like how we're seeing in the US, other companies are copying Strategy's playbook. And this is going to occur around the world. The blockchain group, they are now the top performing stock in the Paris exchange. They're up 530% in 6 months. They have a Bitcoin treasury of around 620 Bitcoin and a 709% year-to-date Bitcoin yield. And you can see right here, they're coming in at number 1. Other companies are going to take note of the blockchain group in Europe. So we're going to see other European companies start to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet because they want the performance of what the blockchain group is doing over there. So we're starting to see companies all around the world, they're performing very well because they have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. This is just going to lead to copycats wanting to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet so they can get that performance as well, which in turn is going to help the companies that already have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. It's going to definitely help Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is going to go up. So we're just going to continue to see this Bitcoin gold race is what we're seeing right now. It's the start of it. And we're going to start to see more and more companies. We haven't really heard from GameStop yet to see how much Bitcoin they've bought. Or probably get more information in June on that when they have their earnings call. And we're going to probably see a couple big companies, maybe a company in the Mag 7 or a company in the top 100 market cap companies in the US potentially put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. We haven't really seen that yet. Most companies have been smaller companies. So something that we're watching out for, and just a little bit of some speculation on my end there. And then I want to leave you guys with this before we get into this Saylor clip. Bitcoin has been following this M2 money supply to a T here. This is something we have been watching for a while. We saw it back in November when M2 was going down. Bitcoin went down right along with it. Now M2 has shot up. Global liquidity has shot up. There are more dollars in the system now. And as that happens, we've seen Bitcoin has a lag when all this money gets put into the system. And right now, if it continues the trend it's been doing over the past couple of years, Bitcoin could really have a massive move even up into the summer. The summer is normally kind of bearish or boring for Bitcoin, but if we continue to see Bitcoin follow M2, the rest of the year could look very bullish for Bitcoin. So that is something to watch out for there. But let's go ahead and get into this clip from Saylor. Appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Like, subscribe. We have new content coming out every single day. I hope you found some value. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. But my name is Aaron with the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. See you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.
A very short comment for people that are watching and adore and love you. A lot of people love you on the internet. What would you say to them? To the kids that look at you and be like, I want to grow up being just like him.
What I would say is, you know, in the middle of 2020, under the COVID lockdowns, I found myself, you know, frustrated, dejected, and I was trying to figure out what is my meaning on this earth.
Dejected by what exactly?
By all of the turmoil in the economy, by the, you know, I'd worked in my company for 30 years and we're competing with Microsoft and we couldn't grow. And I thought after 30 years of hard work doing 100,000 things right every year, you know, is this how it all ends? You know, you know, I think in my lowest moment, I looked around and I found the Bitcoin community. And I found Bitcoin, the ideology, which led me to the protocol, which led me to the asset, which led me to the network. And I think it saved my company and it gave me a mission, right? It made me excited to get out of bed every day. It gave me a reason to get up in the morning. And I felt like instead of retiring, right, and just disappearing from history forever, you know, Bitcoin kind of gave me a reason to be, and it really motivated me. And the result was great for my investors, great for my employees. It was great for my mental and physical health. And now everywhere I go in the world, I meet people and they're very motivated. And you know, they say, well, thank you for, you know, sharing your thoughts because it helped me to get more comfortable. And what I say to them is, well, thank you because, because really it's being on the team that motivates you to work so hard. 'Cause I really couldn't do it if I didn't have the support of the community. And I think that Bitcoin is the greatest team in the world. It's like being on a member of a global sports team. Like you're all in a fan club. Imagine hundreds of millions of people and they're all rooting for the same team, but there's a twist. There's hundreds of millions of people that are fans, but we're all players. Every single person on this team is on the field playing every day. I'm playing my position, but the crew mechanic in Italy on the flight line is also playing. And the guy on the beach in Brazil is also playing, and people here at this conference are playing. So this is a team where everybody's a fan, but everybody's a player. Everybody's got skin in the game. When we're losing, we're all getting bruised, we're all getting beat up together, and it's like all of us are feeling the pain. And when we're winning, everybody's winning together. And I think that is such a beautiful thing for the world, that you get to join a team, play a game together where the rules are all rigged in your favor. And as I said before, it's the only game in the casino we can all win. So I feel great attracting people to join the team. I like being on the team. I like playing the game. And thank you for your support.